I joined Bolton at 16, signed a 2-year scholarship, and obviously, hopefully, the aim out of that was to get a professional contract and then continue my career there. Completed the 2 years. I was actually captain in my second year of the youth team, and then got the news in around April, May time, 2023, that I wasn't being offered a professional contract. And then I did have a trial at Hull City, which was unsuccessful. At that point, I decided that my next move was going to be to Newcastle University to study law. And I've just finished my second year in my studies there.
So at the time you were told of the decision, how did that impact on your life at that particular moment?
Yeah, I mean, I was 50-50, to be honest, coming up to the decision whether I was going to be offered it or not. I wasn't certain either way. So obviously I did have some thoughts of what I might want to do. But of course it's a disappointing time when that's what you've been working for your 2 years towards, sort of on the pitch, to try and get offered that professional contract. To get the news that you're not going to be offered it is tough. But luckily I managed to move on quite quick mentally with my next steps.
And obviously it's an expensive business. And if you're not earning a living, it's a particular challenge. And I know you applied for support from the foundation, didn't you?
Yeah. So the foundation have been really useful for me, and there's just this second year that's just gone by. I didn't know. I'm not sure if it was a thing in first year but I didn't hear about it anyway. But luckily, one of the coaches got in touch from Newcastle, said we've received this email that we think applies to you. I went through the application process and got the grant, which helped me massively financially during this year that's just happened.
So how important to you as an individual was that grant?
Yeah, I mean, so my sort of life at university consists of lectures, etc., in the day, and then we also have a semi-pro team for the university. So that takes up Monday, Thursday night, Saturday, and normally a Wednesday afternoon, maybe even a Tuesday night as well, which means realistically it's very tough to get a job alongside those two commitments of uni and a good standard of football. And the grant from the foundation just helps to ease that financial pressure where I might have had to apply for a job, and that would have meant I would have had to either commit less time to my football or less time to my studies, and obviously neither one is ideal for what you want to do at uni. So the grants massively helped me to avoid having to do that. I've absolutely loved my 2 years so far at Newcastle, combining obviously the studies are hard, but you also make so many new friends, and a lot of your best mates you're playing with all the time, football. And whilst it's probably daunting at the time to go to university, I mean, yeah, it's been the 2 years I've enjoyed so much. I'm confident that I've made the right decision. I'm looking forward to continuing with it.
So what would your message be to other players in a similar situation to you? Is it all about planning ahead, or is it just about recognising the realities of the market, that there can always be tough choices in life?
Yeah, I think it's about recognising the reality of percentages type thing. I mean, you always hear the percentages about the amount of young players that actually have a career in the game. I think if you realise that from sort of the second year of your scholarship and just have that in the back of your mind and just think, what else might you want to do type thing, I think that's crucial. And then just even through to university, there might be some people who still have that belief that they can go full time. But I think then you're still clinging on to something that's very unlikely. I suppose if there's nothing wrong if that's what you set on and continue to try that, but you have to have something else along the side, because eventually it's likely to come to a stage statistically that you're going to have to get another job and a different career. So I would urge people whenever I speak to them to consider that and sort of accept that you can really enjoy another thing. You don't have to just be set on football.
And your ambition now then is to be an advocate down at the High Courts in high-profile cases, or what's your ambition now?
Potentially, yeah. I'm also really considering a move into working in football on a law-type basis. I know a lot of the big clubs have lawyers, or potentially even going into agency, because obviously I've got the background of being a scholar at a full-time football club in Bolton for 2 years and then have the law degree. I think the combination of the two would work really well if I wanted to work in football agency, which is what I'm probably most considering at the moment before I finish third year, and I really have to settle down on what I want to do.